one thing that I wanted to name, at least in my own experience, has been paying attention to the relationship that I have to the readers that I am watching. And I'm going into this a bit more because I recognize, I didn't go too much into this actually in video number 2. And I just said that, that a lot of it's relative to the reader. And I just wanted to expand on that because I don't want to sit here and say it's all the reader's responsibility. I don't think that would be fair or accurate. I certainly think what a reader is focusing on in terms of what they're delivering to you, or even, and again, I know tarot's the easy go-to with this, but like this can easily be any other type of spiritual video, or like, content, or other people speaking on these things, right? Regardless of whatever type of spirituality or tradition, etc. And so, yes, absolutely what the reader is putting out is one thing. And also, right, like where you are too, like how you're operating, like you do have your own responsibility, right? Of like how much you're consuming, your own kind of self-control on stopping yourself and things of that nature that, you have your responsibility in that as well. And this is what I wanted to go into, which is two things. One, I have found that certain readers naturally leave me feeling very grounded. I could finish a video and be like, yep, cool. And then like, it's like, I'm good. Like I don't feel any need or desire to like keep going to something else. So I know that like for me it's about the relationship, right? And that's the second component. It's like not only the reader, but then like noticing like what is my relationship to the reader or to the energy of this. So that also helps it not be so all or nothing, good, bad, black, white, around the reader themselves, and it puts more emphasis on the relationship. Because like with anyone, right, like any relationship, that person is going to have the way they relate to anyone else is going to be very different, right? And so it's like, okay, how am I relating to this? And so noticing where, okay, my relationship to this particular reader's content is XYZ way. My relationship to this is this way. Or then noticing where, like maybe I'm having a moment where I am consuming something a little bit more. But I know that that's definitely like a fully a me thing in any moment where that happens. And it's like, usually that's only happens, if that happens with somebody who normally it doesn't happen with, that's usually because I'm in a very specific space and I am, I'm reaching for something. I'm, spinning or something. Like it's either a distraction or an attempt at an anchor point. If that happens for me if it doesn't normally. And so, yeah, so what else do I want to say around that? I'm going to take a look at my notes really quick here to see healthy readers leaving you feeling, I called them healthy readers. It's maybe it's not fair. I'm towing the line here a little bit because on one end, I think it can be relative, right? And I definitely want to exist in a space of non-judgment. And on another end, I definitely think sometimes folks can definitely encourage not always the most balanced habits. I think that especially, again, on like the manifestation stuff and when we're really wanting something, especially related to partnership, I think that can definitely feed, I'm blanking on the word. Not limerence. Yeah. Limerence, right? Oh, Lord. Who knows? Check the description in case I've corrected something. I think that's the word. But yeah, feeding some of these not so great loops for us, And so you just got to be, sometimes those things are going to actually really be relevant for people. And so it's hard, right? Because it's like you're watching these videos, you want it to be for you. I've like, guilty as charged, right? Like you want it to be for you. And for some, that for some people that's naturally it's going to land, but golly, you got to be so careful. Because man, you can ride a trail for a long time thinking something's happening and is not happening. So if you can take the growth out of it, great, but careful, right? I mean, again, this is not a new conversation. So yeah, putting the label healthy readers is, you can tell what I mean, what I'm saying probably. But I think that would be the thing, right? Just like notice how you're feeling after you're watching something, like where's your body at? Where's your body at during the situation? Where's your body at after the situation? How was your body going into the situation? Where's your mind at? Yeah, so what else did I note here? I said something around like I guess I should say my general experience can be like, okay, I've appreciated watching them. I look forward to the next video, but I'm not like needing to consume more. I'm like, oh, great, that was helpful. It was meaningful. Or also, if I'm listening to something and I'm like, yeah, I'm not resonating with this, even if there's somebody that I generally resonate a lot, I've gotten in the habit now of not finishing out those videos. Like, just like, oh, this isn't for me, I'm done, and like getting into that practice as well. That's a shift for me, and it feels really nice. So I'm sharing that. Yeah. I made the note about it being like talking to a friend. And like, just that sense of cool, like staying like right here with it. Tips. Cool. So maybe I could have thought about this a bit longer, but I was just like in the vibe of video creation. So I actually don't have like a number of tips around it. I suppose I've already kind of given a few different things, like paying attention to what's my relationship with this content, checking in with yourself around that. And then also, and go ahead and like letting stuff go that's like not for you, or if you have a sense that it's feeding something that's not great for you, letting that go. But another one that I don't know, it's been a helpful practice for myself is really narrowing down who I'm like listening to, right? So like I kind of threw out a number here, but like maybe, and it's obviously going to be relative to how many people you're listening to already, but maybe you narrow it down to like 3 to 5. Like, if you're on your phone and you go to your subscriptions and you see like the first however many people kind of there before you have to like keep moving it over, like maybe narrow it down to like, okay, like those are my folks, and then being really like mindful to like, unless something really like a new person on the feed really like captures your attention, like, hey, something extra speaking to me here, and you listen and you're like, woo, this resonates for where I'm at now and I think I'm making a shift, like awesome. But then maybe pay attention to like, okay, is there somebody that's like maybe moving out of rotation? Just so you like keep yourself in like a maybe like 3 to 5 for a particular type of video, right? Like, I'm not saying like, okay, you can only have like 3 to 5 channels, obviously no rules here. As I think that like, you might listen to another thing that's on a completely, not only different topic, but like a different type of inspiration perhaps, or maybe it's more musically inclined. So it's like not just like spirituality in general, or like personal development in general, or whatever you're listening to, but like when it comes to, again, I'm just gonna use the example, say like tarot readers, be like, okay, who are your folks? Like, who are your support pillars? And can you, and then letting go of everybody else, and like being really mindful and intentional to not be just constantly consuming different things. Some of you seeing this may already have that as a personal practice. For others, maybe it resonates, maybe it doesn't. And it's a beautiful moment to lead into my next video, because I'm gonna create a video here on like this notion of like kind of like teaching or sharing and whatnot. This is the teaser, but I'm gonna go more into this in the video, which is like anything I'm saying here, like this is me sharing because I feel inspired to share, and I want to do that. And so you know, if that's not your jam and like it doesn't resonate, or you get really like annoyed, like you know, let it go, right? Like move on from me. You don't have to listen to me, right? So it's not if these things land, great, like they're intended for the people that this is actually going to land for. It's not intended for the people who it doesn't resonate with. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna talk about that more actually, but yeah, so that's my thing. I think, what was that? So yeah, check in on your relationship to the content. Be mindful around like letting go of the stuff that's not for you, or that you can sense is like, this is taking me down an unhealthy path. And then, you know, maybe like limit your selection, you know, whatever feels like that kind of healthy, solid number for you is, right? Like for me, when I have like the folks I have my stuff narrowed to, like it feels empowering, you know what I mean? Like it feels like, yep, this is my crew. Like this is a regular part of like my support pillar, and it's beneficial, it's anchoring, it's encouraging, it's supportive, it helps me grow, and it's not feeding me in any kind of, not to overuse the word or anything, but like toxic kind of way or unhealthy or imbalanced type of way. And again, this is not putting a judgment on any particular reader. If anything, it's just like about like what is our specific relationship or are this specific dynamic, you know, with it. So with them. So, all right, cool. That's all for this one. I'm heading out, but not really. Just gonna stop it and push start again. So we'll see you in the next one. Thanks for being here. Bye.